The Working Farms Fund is an innovative, first-of-its-kind pilot program that we're running here in Georgia. It is a program that breaks down barriers to farmland ownership and creates farmland access opportunities for farmers in the greater Atlanta metropolitan area. We're going to transition more land in the next 10 years than we did in the last 30 years. And that farmland is under threat of being developed. It's under threat of not being maintained as successful working farmland.
The biggest roadblock was land. Land is expensive, especially in the Atlanta area. I mean, I've farmed all across Georgia, so I know there is, other options, but it's so far from any major markets, it's hard to make that business sustainable financially.
The Conservation Fund steps out and makes a purchase of a property, one of the critically threatened farmland properties, and we buy the land, we immediately match a farmer to that property, and they begin leasing the property in a lease-to-own format with us.
The startup costs surrounding a farm, for us, we're doing a 20-acre farm and we're looking to raise about $500,000 for the next 5 years. If we had to purchase the land that we're working on, that number would be closer to $1.1, $1.2 million. So creating access to land is a huge benefit for us as small business owners, as folks starting a business, as folks starting a farm.
At the end of the process, we use something called a permanent conservation easement, which results in removing the development rights on the property and ensures that the farmer can afford the property on the back end of our ownership. The farmer then buys the property directly from the Conservation Fund, while the conservation easement remains on the property to ensure that that property remains in farming forever.
We wanted to support agricultural communities because you can see it as you go around Georgia that we are really at risk of losing one of the most defining characteristics of our rural landscape, and that is the family farm.
So we anticipate that in the next 20 years, we are going to have 200 farms operating in the rural metro Atlanta area, delivering food to our communities through programs like the program we have with Emory University, which is a partnership that ensures that farmers in our program are able to sell directly to Emory University.
One of the things with the COVID pandemic is we've seen the vulnerability of our supply chain, and the farther out that goes, the more vulnerable it becomes. So it's really wise for us to think about how can we purchase locally enough food for our hospitals and our campus cafeterias. All of these institutions together, if all of us pool our procurement power, think about what we could do in terms of supporting a new generation of farmers.